Yep, I was muted. Welcome in Less Than Two Crew Squad. Hope you're doing well. Welcome into the weekend, officially kicking it off here with me over here and the Less Than Two Crew on a Pooya Friday. The pad, welcome. How it do? Hope everyone's doing well. Let me just say hello, early chatters, before I proceed any further. Y'all know the vibes. Tay Hufflepuff, welcome in. Jinx, hope you're doing well. Chrissy, hello. Robwood, 2Bs, what's good? Live in the building. Forville, what's up? Papaya, what up? Patty, hello. Jenna Lee, Jackie in the building. We got Kansas, Can of Biscuits. Fruit Loops, hello. Fruit Loops, Jen Rads, what's good? Mythical Jade, hello. Kalita, thank you so much for the 55 months, Kalita. Appreciate you, Kalita. Hope you've been doing well. Sal's here. Welcome back. Thank you for your one prime that you get. Thank you for using it here on me. Welcome back for month number 37. Appreciate you. Daisy, thank you for your prime sub as well. Welcome back to month number 8. Appreciate that. Good evening to you as well. Happy first pad of BB27 to you too, Sal's. Red Wings, hello. Jay, welcome in. Lamb, diggity dang dog. Yes, brother, BB is back. It is back. And we're very pumped. You have 2 suspects for the accomplice, but the only reason you think Morgan could be it is because she reminds you of an actress from Chucky. Is that a positive thing? Lip, thank you for the 300 bits. Appreciate you. Memories, welcome in. I was the accomplice. I wish the accomplice was something we could rewatch the episode to rediscover, right? Yeah, sadly, it's like they just hid it from feed stuff, and then we're probably going to know the results immediately, no? Because when do you think they'll have the opportunity to vote out the saboteur? Flinzel, thank you so much for the 13th month. Appreciate it. Welcome back in. Edge, hello. Jackie, hope you're doing well. I can't wait to hear your thoughts on Big Brother. Well, you're probably going to get him. Because Big Brother season usually does bring a wave of Big Brother conversations. Before I go any further, though, let me remember to undo my form, or unlock my form, rather. Because typically that form is locked over the week. Y'all know this, but then it opens up on Friday night for a couple of hours. We have answered over 4,110 questions in the size 6,110 questions with the pad so far in the last 4.5 years. And she got me thinking month number 21. Appreciate it. My compass guess is Catherine. No one is mentioning her, but if you watch her reaction, it's interesting. Yeah, I've seen a lot of Morgans. I've seen a lot of Amy's. I've seen a lot of Avas. Mythical J thing with a prime, so appreciate you. Welcome back for month number 5. Happy to spend BB with you and the Less Than Two crew. Looking forward to feeds. Big Sam, Mythical J. Thanks for your support. I appreciate it. Did I watch tonight's Love Island? No, but I've already been spoiled on it. So, yeah. Tommy Italiano on TikTok, the allegedly guy mentioned on the slop all the time, thinks it's Amy. Yeah, I've heard a lot of Amy as a popular choice also. So, we'll see. Had to take my sister down a Rachel Ryder rabbit hole showing her classic moments. Peachy, how did your sister take to that information? The casuals have some interesting theories. Hold up. Let's share these. Let's look at these together. Okay. Okay, so the casuals are cooking. Right, guy, I think I'm on number 37. Appreciate it. I was watching the panel and thought it was interesting when you were commenting on how Kelly was a bit robotic. Liana questioned if it was an Ainsley way. After she said she would make everyone her friend, I could see her being a fun character to flip into the saboteur. Yeah, I saw someone else comment on in the Patreon group that they thought I was pointing out that, you know, Kelly seemed to be like a saboteur of some kind. No, y'all just remember when I first saw her picture, it felt weird. If her video, the response felt very odd to me. Also, isn't it weird that depending on where I put this, like if I, for example, if I put my camera here, if I put my desk all the way up here, I look short. Okay? But if I put it down like here, I look tall as a result. It's weird. Perspective is everything. Where were we? I know Rob can't talk about his experience on the traders, but oh yeah, Scott's not of Scott. You said something earlier as well. Appreciate it. But what has the vibe been like since you got him back? Any insight? If no comment, I totally get it. No, the one thing Rob knew before he left was I don't want to know how he does on the show, because for me, all the fun of covering the show goes away if I know what happens on the show. There's no point then. So Rob has been very good with not revealing anything to anybody that I know of, especially to me. But he's been happy back. I feel like he had a good experience, which is all I could ask for. He seems like he had fun. He seems re-energized. Does someone say Vinny is Paul in prosthetics and with a fake mustache? Yeah, we'll check these links that were sent in a second. Pat had welcome in. Timothy's first time chatter, welcome in, new follower here. Appreciate it, Timothy. Hope you're doing well. Enjoyed Pooya on Terran's show, so here I am. Welcome in, Timothy. Welcome in. Hope you enjoy your stay. Tiny Pooya, yeah. Can you go back to Tiny Pooya Camp? Yeah. See, if I do this with the old camera, I think it's something about the angle and also the mic proximity to the microphone versus being here, regular size. Saint Chuck, welcome and hello. See, now it's like I'm mature and the microphone is beneath me, but also smaller a little bit. Looks like you have a treadmill. Why does it look like that?
Look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
Where's the treadmill? Point the treadmill out to me. Do you hear that Saraya would like to be Paige again in WWE? That sounds false. I don't feel like that's the vibe, right? I didn't think that's what she wanted to do. Saint Chuck, thank you for subscribing 3 months in advance. Thank you. I will see you right back here in October. Thank you so much, Saint Chuck. Appreciate your support and your confidence that you're going to enjoy the content for these 3 months. I do appreciate that. I love it. You look like an elf on a tiny Pooya camp. It's so cute. I look like Ace from Love Island. A little bit forced perspective. Hobbit that way? Yeah. Wait, what you mean? I was listening to the pal while mowing the lawn today and tried to guess which BBcast it was by Leon Zanatz. It was a fun game. Memories, I'm happy you enjoyed because I was worried. That it was not going to translate to audio as well as it was going to be obviously to video. But I'm happy to hear that worked out. You're like, oh, thank you, Saint Chuck. Appreciate it. All right, how about I sit down? How about enough camera uppies and downs? How about I sit down? Here, if I sit down also, I look extra tiny. Saint Chuck, thank you for giving the 2 subs to Peter, Missing Wendy, and Steph. I appreciate that from you, Saint Chuck. Thank you so much. And Ali, thank you for the Prime sub. I know you get one of these. So I do appreciate you using it on me. Appreciate it, and welcome back into Lesson 2 crew. Let's go, Saint Chuck. Let's go. Paul really having a tweet. Yeah. Okay. Let's look at these Zay, I knew immediate audio only. The second one I had no idea. What was it? Frosted Tips? And then the second one was what? Buttons? Who's my favorite actor in the 2010 smash hit Inception? Probably Joseph Gordon-Levitt, right? I mean, if you think I'm going to remember everyone's names from that movie, it was him and it was Leo. So there's a little vibe with the background music playing. I'm happy you enjoyed it, Timothy. So this is what we do on Friday nights. We have a good time. We hang out. Nothing no pressure, just chill vibes. All right. There we go. All right. So, oh goodness, the casuals think the accomplice is wearing a mask or wig. Help.
Look at us. Huh?
My guess is Amy. The face doesn't look real. Could be latex. Latex? To the face? Or bad Botox. TLF, think with the first time chat, thinking back about how lackluster some of the Big Brother interviews were. I vow to include as many RGB correspondents as possible. So, thank you, TLF. Appreciate that. Hi, I'm glad I didn't give you misinfo and was right. Hey, I'm glad. Hey, if you had given misinfo, it would have been a funny laugh either way, Taylor. We're good. Facebook isn't saying they are mad about Rachel. Facebook being a wild place does not surprise me, chat. They think it's Mission Impossible? Yeah. They think. Okay, so then what's the next thing they said? The secret accomplice is the cowboy dude. Cowboy dude's Riley. He's Rachel's husband. He's wearing a disguise. You can tell it's him by his eyes. That's definitely a wig. Hold on, chat. All right, so to be clear, This is Riley from this season. And this is Brendan Villegas, aka Rachel's husband. In what universe do these people look the same? In what universe? I want whatever Sandy Reeves is smoking. I want to see what the comments are on this thread. I wish it was more than just a screenshot. Benjamin, Mickey. Oh dear God. I really hope when the feeds come on, Mickey and Riley aren't a thing. Please. Open the schools, please. OG Kush? I don't know. I don't think OG Kush is strong enough for this take. All right, what is this Paul tweet I'm seeing? Some of y'all need to aggressively step outside and touch grass because oh, what the fuck? Okay. Okay, so Lisa Barker has entered the chat with allegations of her own. Okay, I'll eat my words if I'm wrong, but ... I think Vince is dressed in disguise and he's actually Paul Abrahamian from BB1819. The resemblance is uncanny. If you look at these pics I spliced side by side. First is Paul with no facial hair next to Vince's photo. Okay. Okay. So how old is Paul here when this photo of them was taken? This is so fucking old. And then next is Paul with hair colored black, beard and piercings. What do you think? Also, Vince is from West Hills. Paul is from Tarzana. Right around the corner, literally. All right. Like, I don't want to say, it's like you never think about this sometimes, but sometimes you gotta, how people talk about if you look up at the moon, you are not the only one looking at the moon. There's someone every corner of the universe also looking at the moon, and that's pretty special. Sometimes I forget that I'm watching the same television show as literal idiots, like people with sponges for brains, because like, and I don't mean to be like disrespectful to people, right? But I kind of do actually, if I'm being honest. Okay. In what universe? These two people aren't even the same. Like just on like skin tone, they're not the same. Then you go further. This nose is not this nose. This eyebrow, these eyebrows are way off. Fucking don't be stupid. Oh, but they live close enough to each other. Maybe that's a thing. Are you for fucking real? Are you joking me? So anyway, who was this? Lisa Barker. Bro, you're barking off the wrong tree with this one. Please. Please. Things on the identical nose? I'm sorry. These are identical noses to you, Papaya? Would you like for me to buy you a pair of glasses, my friend? We literally talked yesterday about how if it's Rachel, this is the first time in the history of ever that Big Brother has cooked perfectly, right? With the clues, and we put these clues together. It's Rachel. Like, they gave us a mystery and it was actually good. Now little Lisa on Facebook thinks that, or not Lisa, who was the earlier one? Sandy thinks that they're getting people who have done procedures to be for the reason of being a saboteur. Or Lisa's like, hey, it's Paul, but here's the kicker, y'all. I'm Lisa, and what was it, Lisa? Yeah, I'm Lisa, and I think not only is Vince Paul, but also they're not telling us, the audience. They just showed us this person doing 7 confessionals, and they're not going to tell us because it's a trick. It's a trick. What is happening? What is happening? Are they for fucking real? Remember the junkie says, I have evidence that Amy is the accomplice. Let me see. what is your at, actually, if I should ask? Or can you just link the tweet? Actually, link the tweet for me, if you will. I would like to check it out, see what the evidence is. The more you think about it, Lisa might be right. Really, I'm going to take advice from Lisa here. I'm glad they're having fun. Listen, as long as they're not angry. Because I also saw a post of people angry that Rachel's on the show. Well, that's the last episode I'm going to check out. Okay, then goodbye. Go watch something else. I'm sure there's other shit for you to watch. Oh. Okay, you are the Razor Skate. That's incredible. Hey, thank you for being in here. All right, let's check this out. All right, where is the? Hold on. I have too many tabs open? I apologize. Okay, going back to my full screen here. All right, so you're saying rewatching last night's premiere, watching Amy. Watch Amy pulls out her pants or remote/button, presses it to hide the relic once the light goes out. Amy the accomplice, Rachel is the perfect replacement for her character type on the show. Okay. Hold up. Did you just break the case open here? And here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to watch it on 0.8. There's Amy, right? She tucks the bottom thing in here too. Button. Wait, what is? Okay. Okay, this is wild, chat, because here's my thing. I would just assume she's adjusting her pants. As someone who's had to adjust their clothing before. Could just be the mic pack too. Yeah, if it's not Amy, we're doing the most here. But this is compelling evidence, and I also think it does make sense that because Rob brought up that they're probably going to want for it to be a 1-for-1 in case that they correctly guess they want it to be even, like, women men. So like I could see that being the case, and Amy being around that age range maybe. But at the same time, wouldn't that be the perfect metagame also? I don't know. But I think this is the most compelling argument we've had the entire 24 hours. I feel like a lot of people are putting stock into Morgan saying stuff like keeping things a secret. But, thank you for those combos as well, Khalid. Appreciate it. Would Morgan take 3 months off streaming? That's what I'm saying. It didn't give me... sorry, Morgan would take 3 months off streaming. Yes. I've checked Morgan's stream, and I've checked Morgan's stream ranking numbers and stuff like that. I think Morgan would do this to come back to a bigger stream even. I think there's only a benefit being on the show. Maybe it's Riley so he can be home by the time his baby comes. Okay, that would be fine if they actually vote him out. Here's my thing. I don't think anyone's getting voted out, chat. I do not think anyone's getting voted out. I think we're just going to have 17 people, and I'm very okay with this. Awesome with the first time chat. Welcome in. Also, Musketeer, thank you with the Prime sub earlier. Sorry if I missed that. Appreciate it. The person is likely not an actor because what if they're not voted out? They have to say that's exactly. Everyone, I think these were all consensual casting people who wanted to play the game that were welcomed in. But then one of them was told, hey, you. Yeah, that's right, you. So you actually are going to end up on the show as our accomplice to start things off. Okay? And then if you don't do it, you're done. So yeah. I assume they just vote on Thursday and then they find out if they're right or not. I think that makes the most sense, right? Morgan seems the most expendable, to be honest. See, how though, Scro? How? Because for me, I would disagree that Morgan is the most expendable. Production just giving Morgan a really annoying edit with all the gamer stuff. They are real. Like I came into the draft having Morgan as my number one. I think they need to stop putting the gamer thing in there at every turn. And they do this with every profession in these shows. So let's be honest, it is something that's going to happen. But just because you're a gamer doesn't mean you're going to be great at games. I'm not saying Morgan isn't great at games. I'm just saying, but you can't make every DR she has be like, tell everyone how good you are because you're a gamer. Like, let's stop that. I think on the other hand, also, you do this with every job ever, though. As an athlete, as a former basketball player, yeah, if you're basketball players could also just not be that good at basketball. Like they're still better at basketball than the average person, but they're not like the best basketball player. Or being a accountant doesn't mean you are the best accountant. I was a manager in a bagel shop. I don't think I was top 5 managers bagel shop of all time. But if I was on the show, they'd be like, man, this guy really knows how to manage people. He knows how to manage his dough. He knows how to manage people, blah, 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 blah. And it's like, no, realistically, I was like, okay. So, but yeah, they dial them all to 100. But I just wish they would like dial it back now. You know, it's like, you put them on the show. You've told us she's a gamer girl. Let her say what she wants to say. Because I know she has more to say. Are you going to collab with Morgan when she's out of the house? Bro, I don't know if I have that kind of reach, but I would love to. 1 in 15 shot of getting it right, removing Vinny and Rachel. It's so hard, I think 17 played too. Yeah, again, Taylor, because there's no evidence, they're going to be going off of nothing. Unless for the next, 3 days in the house, 3 days, they have the saboteur or the accomplice do some other shenanigans. 70 people with no buybacks and potential for 2 doubles in 83 days sounds pretty damn good to me. I will fucking take it. I've seen it set elsewhere, but I think this is just a clever way to have them look at each other instead of targeting Rachel too soon. Mandy, I don't know where you saw that, but I think that is the best thing I've heard so far. Is how Ainsley was never meant to be voted in. The accomplice is not intended to be voted out. Exactly. I don't think there'll be a majority vote this early. They'll be correct. Amy's from Cali, so that could be a factor. Yeah, it could be someone who's like, hey, let's save you the trip. Also, isn't Morgan from Cali also, though? Was it me or did Riley have the worst DRs? I don't even remember Riley in the DR, if I'm being honest. People are hating him more loudly because of gross stereotypes, to be honest. Amy has an adult son. He is the red-faced demon pulling the strings for his mom. That is the twist. He's like, I thought I said no showmance's mom. It is a 90-minute episode Sunday with just Nom, so I assume they have the accomplice doing other things. Yeah. Jimmy is the only one who might have been able to tell what Amy was doing in the dark, but he has no reason to target her. And I think we saw Jimmy highlight that Amy's someone he feels like he could work with. Taryn brought up on his stream also. Okay, there we go. So it's been in a couple places. That makes the most sense. Make everyone paranoid, and that's how Rachel can have some safety. Because the only thing that is for certain, based on what Demon Man said, Demon Man with forehead key said that Rachel is not the saboteur, the accomplice. I keep saying saboteur. Rachel is the 16th house guest. The 17th house guest is the accomplice. So she is free of all charges. Everyone else is a suspect now. Riley does not look like Brad Pitt, bro. Absolutely does not. I really hope Mickey was just being friendly. So Morgan lives in LA as part of the theories with her as well. Yes. I'm disappointed that Julie got rescued so quickly. Bring in rotating guests. That would have been better, but you know, it is what it is. They're basically going to drag out the accomplice thing. It's going to be nothing. I need to quit overthinking it. It's really not going to be a thing that's going to matter. I really don't think it will. How do you feel about a triplet twist? I thought it was funny to joke about preseason, but then B posted clips of B17 twin twist today, and now I want it. Nah, we would have known if there was a twin or triplet twist. But a triplet twist should happen in the future. I do think so. If you're supposed to be Jigsaw, is the demon's name Keyhole? Is that Saw spoilers? Because I have no idea what that means. The pool of identical triplets is so insanely small. This is true. Which means if they ever did a triplet twist, not many people would think of that. Thought it was funny that Jimmy said youngest of 3 when he is already saw triple nine. I'm questioning if he did that on purpose because he wasn't sure if they were going to include triplet info in his interviews.
Hey, look at us. Huh? Who would have thought? Not me.
Mandy, you might be overcooking. Red Demon guy Skippy from production, and he's sick of our shit, is what you're saying. Cab, I stay with the 6 month here. Appreciate you. Welcome back. Ava, Vinny, Jimmy, not identical triplets. I do not think these three people are related. Someone found a photo of Jimmy and his triplets and they aren't identical. Well, there goes that twist. The mastermind and the accomplice are the other two triplets. With masks on, what is this, the masked singer? Let's give Octomom a call and see if all our kids would be up for a BB season. I am overcooking for sure, but I'm having fun. Mandy, and that is the way to live. That is the way to live. If we are not overcooking for fun, then we're overcooking for sadness, and we don't want to ever do that. However, we're not sure if this was asked, but are the chances of Rachel dying first episode less now that there's an accomplice twist? The chances of Rachel dying first are 0 to me. Rachel's in this for the summer. The accomplice is a fun way to get everyone to rewatch the episode. To see some clues? Yeah, no doubt. Annie is the masked villain. Imagine, though. Really kudos to B production for a fantastic turnaround so far. Rachel, great preseason clues, accomplice twist, fingers crossed for fair comps, and continued change-ups. Agreed. Agreed. Also, I hate the mastermind design, and if they are around full season like Ainsley, I'm going to be so annoyed. I just feel like, is there going to be a key for the mastermind also? Because why is the forehead a keyhole? You know? They're not paying Rachel money she would demand to come back to let her leave early. You're getting Rachel Riley to, like Taylor said, sequestering Rachel Riley only to not give her a spot? There's no shot. There's no shot. I'm glad they brought back the Reindeer Games comp. So what do we think about the fact that permanently now, announced permanently, the AI Arena or the Blockbuster is part of the format? Because I have thoughts. Obviously, there's past a certain amount where you can't have this be the case because there's just not enough people. But the question is how far in? And the way Julie said permanent, does that mean it's permanently a part of Big Brother forever? Like this is now, we have HOH veto and this is our eviction every season? Or did she mean permanent part of the format this season? What are your thoughts? How did you read this? What did you read for this? Does Pooya have strong Sock Amon takes? I do not. I'm just happy that it's now Sock Amon and no longer Sock Pooya, and we can move on. You know what I mean? It worked out for me. Shout out my guy, Chappelle. I'm old school. I don't like it. It made it sound like for this season. BB is sort of thumbing their noses at competition reality shows because they are the OG. It's funny to me. She said this season, but it's so unclear. It's a second veto, and people are going to hate it when they don't like the person winning it. See, here is my thought. I think that they're gonna do it this season, right? And I think they should do it. We should see how it goes, because where I'm sitting now, all I'm thinking is we need to see, after getting a little more of a sample size, another little more being a second season of it, whether or not last season was an anomaly. Because did it work out last season because we had cracked characters like Tucker who are willing to just volunteer themselves on the block willy fucking nilly and then save the most random people because he just didn't give a shit? Like, is that why it worked out? Or is this a good part of the format that should be there? Only time will tell after watching it play out this season. For a show that loves to add in random comps throughout the week, I think it would make it really hard for them to do that. I saw her face when Sock Amon came up. You look so happy there was another Sock on the show. I was happy that it was no longer me. Never me anymore. I move on. If they're testing if the twist works the second time, if it works again, it will be forever. That's exactly what I think, Apple. They want to comp in every episode. To me, this is the least offensive version of it compared to some of the other BS they've pulled. Not disagreeing with you there, although RIP live HOH comp. I think that's dead now if this becomes a part of the format. I think it's dead. The odds of us getting a live HOHs. The arena was good because it took on this year with this scared cast could be a fail. Yeah, if this cast doesn't shake the jitters of I don't want to win comps. Like, it has ups and downs for comp beats, but it makes the votes fun. Yes, because obviously the worst case scenario is it just keeps every jacked dude alive because people are too scared to put him up on the block. We need a Choupel to join the. Oh my god, why has no one thought about a Choupel, Lori? Maybe they'll get Zach emote once he wins the B blockbuster. Yeah, Zach farming emotes like he was in the middle of a Fortnite lobby was so funny to me. I think Rachel will be great on this cast. So many people want to lay low, but I think she'll force them not to. Rachel will not allow them to just be complacent. Ain't no way. At least the arena comps are much more crapshooty than vetoes and HOHs. That's true. I agree with that. I love it because it made Thursday's episode worth watching. We didn't know who was going. That's true. Musketeer, you're absolutely right. That was the big thing that was appealing to us, was the fact that we were able to then just watch things play out, going into it completely blind on a Thursday, even seeing people strategize and do contingency plans all the way through Thursday until the feeds cut. So that is very true. I hope they stop it when jury starts like last year, but they could go to Final 5. I feel like Final 8 is my prediction. Did anyone get bingo last night? Yes, Thundercat did get a bingo. They sent it to me on Blue Sky, so I did see that. One person did. Liana didn't. I didn't. A lot of people didn't, but at least one person did. Yeah, there you go. Thundercats in the chest is boom. Is Rachel there to win or to shake it up and produce good TV? I think Rachel's there to do both. Rachel's never going to sign up if she's not there to win, but also Rachel will never not produce good TV because she cannot help herself and not want to shake things up. You know what I mean? They also announced there's no Sunday episodes like the whole month of September except for the finale. So that's likely when the blockbuster ends. Interesting. So we're only going to get 2 episodes a week for September, Sam? Happy Friday, Pooya and Squad. Welcome into All Skitty Ben. I saw a video clip on Blue Sky and they think Amy is the accomplice. Yes, we watched the video earlier, Skinny Ben. I played but not bingo. Hey, as long as you had fun. I hopped on a stream just in time. Perfect timing. Rachel's there to win, but was cast for good TV. That's what I was trying to say. You got it done better than I did. You got it done way better than I did. There's a Tuesday episode 1 week and a 2-hour Wednesday the following. Okay. And the random Fridays. How could I forget? We are in a season that's going to have 4 episodes a week in some weeks. So I did forget about that completely. I forgot that. How dare I, chat? How many secret rooms do you think that have been found so far? I don't know how many there are, but they've found every with the exception of 1. I think they've got to have missed 1 by now. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and then wait to the next Wednesday. Oh my God. They initially announced 6 Friday episodes, but it might be 4 with other CBS conflicts. Honestly, let's watch the first one and see how we feel about it first. Because I'm not convinced that it's going to be a good episode of television. I've been sending this to Liana a lot as a reaction shot. Hold up. So I sent her a voice note. So, okay. So I sent Liana a voice note on my walk yesterday to be like, hey, so I found out that our Premiere Pro expired. So I had to learn how to do DaVinci Resolve, but I got the video edited. I'm going for a walk now, that I'm going to send it later. And then she thought she was replying to me by doing text to speech to reply to my text. And by mistake, she was sending a voice note. So then I sent a voice note back making fun of her. And so this is the exchange. She said, "You're mocking me," and I hit her with the Keanu. I was like, so yeah, 10 out of 10 response to use. Also, she keeps fucking spamming this one. She keeps spamming "you like being dominant," which we have been mocking each other with quite a bit as well. We have fun. It'll be so annoying when feeds start up a Sunday night and then that are down for hour on Monday for the first veto meeting. Peachy, I think the reality is, I don't know how many of you are going to do this. How many people are going to get caffeined up and stay up and watch feeds as long as they can? I'm very impressed with CBS. They're actually doing the rollout of their fall schedule correctly with the right premiere dates and a BB season that won't overstay its welcome. Wow, Sam, you've turned a new leaf. You're being positive? Interesting change. I don't like it on you. Where's the negative, Sam? I hit her with the Keanu. Listen, I did. I hit her with the Keanu. Okay, don't make that a quote because that's so weird out of context. My Love Island voiceover impression was A++. Thank you. Thank you. It's something I have done quite a bit around the house. If looks could kill. I'll use sick time on Monday if I have to. Damn, Timothy's. I work on Monday, but I don't care all nighter. Yes, jealous of your new time zone. There are benefits. On the nighttime of things, there are benefits because feeds will come back on at 11:30 for me. That's lovely. That's good time. That's good. But when I do live feed updates, I have an hour less of sleep than I usually would. So, yeah. I took 2 days off work to stay up for feeds. I have Monday off, so I plan to destroy my sleep schedule. Hey, as long as you can recover the sleep schedule later, you're good. Do I look like Taryn? I'll take at least a 3-hour rest. But yeah, no, Zima, the new time zone has its benefits for sure. Am I streaming when they go live? I'm considering it. I know Taryn's doing his 24 hours. He's going to be doing a 24-hour stream from like when feeds open. So I may just hang with him offline, or we may do a collab stream and try what they do, which is like you share your viewers and your chats combined, which we've never done. So we might do that. We talked about it after, what pod were we recording? I think it was the draft. We talked about it. So yeah. Corey's also doing it? Okay. What is this? Do I have to also do a 24-hour stream? I will not do a 24-hour stream. But wow, okay. I heard Taryn was going to watch a feed of him watching a feed. What in the world? But yeah, we'll see. I'm going to be up. That for sure I'll be up, which is why I might just hang out. 48, you coward. 48 hours? Listen, the problem is I don't like sleeping in public. Like, I don't like being watched when I sleep. And I'm not doing a off-screen 24 hours. I would like to commit to it and be here, but I don't want to do that. I wonder if they're going to cut less because of the disclaimer is being shown more often. It's maybe possible, Red Wings, but I don't think so. Corey said they get back from Greece on Sunday, then he's going right into the 24-hour stream. Damn, it's a big situation. Get a bag and stay up. Just think of it as being in the BB house. Yeah, but I don't want to be in the BB house. I want to be in my house. Listen, the reality is I can do fine over like 3 hours of sleep. So I'll be up till I probably like 5, 6. But then I'm going to have to go to bed a little bit, A little bit of sleep. Also, we have only one question in the anonymous form. That's not your girl. That's Grimace. That's Grimace, okay? Fucking Jez. How cooked is Jimmy if he tries to target Rachel week 1? I mean, it's not going to look good for Jimmy if he tries to target Rachel, especially if other people are not receptive to that ideology. Also, I don't know who mentioned that. Oh, yeah. Who mentioned that Taryn thinks Zaya and Keanu could be a shell town? Because I totally see it. From the preseason, Keanu's like, he's a nerd, but also a fan of the show, but also like an athlete. Gave me Austin energy. So I could totally see that. I could totally see that. We told you in my already jacked sleep schedule, my favorite time of the year. I need to invest in some Red Bulls for those nights, for those feed nights, Thursday nights. But otherwise, my life stays about the same. I sleep at 4 a.m. I wake up at about 10. How long should the house guests, should the house guests leave Rachel in the house before evicting her? I mean, listen, here's the reality of it. If you had the power to, you have to get rid of Rachel immediately, without any hesitation. But most people will not be doing that because it's absolutely too risky. Because if she has enough influence, then you're kind of in a bad spot. If she has enough influence, you're going to be looked at immediately. I totally missed ordering Red Bull in bulk on Prime Day. Maybe there's still time. Is that an offer that they have? Because there's still time. I think there's a couple more hours into Prime Day. Bates, hello, welcome in. She's the twist. You should use the twist. See, I don't even think she's the twist anymore. She's just a regular house guest now. But for me, the honest answer is like 2 weeks. Because I would use 2 weeks to try and see if I can influence Rachel to want to work with me, or feel Rachel out to see if she's down to work with me. And then if Rachel's not down to work with me, after 2 weeks, I'm like, all right, I gave it enough time. I don't think it's going to work. Let me see what I can do from there. This is going to be a great test of Rachel's social game, just like she said in her pregame interview. Love that. If you could create a BB house theme, what would your theme be? Stephanie, I think they've nailed it this season. I think this is as close as my fantasies like it could be. What do you think? Most of them telling Jimmy not to pick them for the competition. I think it's just a situation. I think because of the fact that they are given an option, right? Because you think about HOH comps where everyone can compete in the first week. A lot of them just don't want it. So they are very okay to throw it or not compete or not do the most. Here, it's different because here they're actively being told only 4 of you, meaning there's going to be 12 people who are not competing, who are just going to be gawking at you and watching you. And the last thing you want to do is win that when everyone else is watching you. It's a little different if we all competed in it, but you don't want that judgment, you know? So you don't want that judgment. I keep Rachel around to see how good she is at comps in the new era. I mean, I'm very intrigued to see. Do you think Rachel will find the clues in the house that were about her? I would hope so. That'd be fun. Maybe we need a new pal episode where you and Liana drink all the energy flavor drinks and that can start off the 24-hour stream. I would never do that to Liana. I don't think she could handle having that many energy drinks. I would be fine. Liana, not so much. Liana, bless her, not so much. I think playing not winning was the way. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Pick me and then I don't win. Because in my head, this is what I would think, Taylor. I would think, okay, I don't really want to win, but I want to let me get picked because, you know, A, competing is fun. B, I can fumble the bag, kind of look how bad I want to look without looking obvious if I want to go that way. And C, and this is the most important part, I would try and broker a deal with all 3 other competitors and say, hey, so listen, can we just agree if either of us win, we just don't target the other 3, and then that way we're all safe. And then it's like, yeah, let's do that. And it's like, oh yeah, that's a great idea. Yeah, Pooya, let's do that. And then next thing you know, I'm fucking safe. I don't have to worry. People will know if this deal gets broken. That's not going to be good for that person. They're not going to want to do it. It's week 1. And next thing you know, I got security for a week and no one's going to be looking at my ass. So, yeah. Gotti, welcome in. In hindsight, winning would be great, should be great, so Vince can get a majority of lines with the returning that people are going to flock to. I agree. We've talked about how winning the first stage is good, but then you also have to keep in mind how cursed it's been the last 4 years. Frenchie, Daniel Durston, Riley, and Angela. It's not done those 4 players good. But that also being said, it depends on the player, not on the competition. So yeah. Yeppers, as they say. Has been Chris, good point. Yeah, crazy how long Angela survived considering that, I guess. Right. Apple Enthusiast says, did you and Liana meet from podcasting or did you know each other before that? No, we met from podcasting. We met on RHAP, competing for the same spot on the network. If Adrian turns into this season's potential compies, Wall Comp Wednesday will be a national holiday. If Adrian wins the Wall Comp, if he makes it to the Wall Comp and wins the Wall Comp, every player that will ever play this game moving forward should have the wherewithal and be smarter than to not participate in this. So yes, I agree. Yeah, so you think you can podcast. What a time. What a time. I think towards winning first HOH is a good thing, but you have to be solid in making your group. Exactly. Or just do it right. Like, let's look back at it, right? Frenchie, what did Frenchie do? The most. Frenchie said, if you are a person of color or a woman, you are not going up. And then his nominations were a people of color and a woman. So yeah, he fumbled royally. Daniel Durston was on the witch hunt to try and get rid of Taylor and was annoying and sucked as a person. He goes, Riley. I feel like Riley was not in a good spot. I feel like if I remember correctly, the twist didn't do Riley any favors. But also Riley didn't benefit from the fact that Jared was running information back and forth. So she was caught a little bit. And then last year was Angela. Angela did a little too much in the burial of Matt, which then caused people to be a little too scared to share anything with her. So yeah. Also, if I'm historically inaccurate on any of it, please correct me because I don't remember these things well. Do we want him to win the wall comp or to flame out on it? I'm not sure right now. I will take either or. Let's see. I honestly included the inverted grip from the wall comp into workouts, and that's a good thing to do. Grilling some late night brats in your honor. Hey, enjoy Scott's out of Scott. Lovely. What a meal. I think of Tyler making a side group of 6, but also pretending to be with everyone, so it wasn't just a big alliance thing. Right. Well, Tyler wasn't even in the HOH that week. It was or wait, was he? No, he wasn't. Who the fuck was the HOH week 1? Oh, BB20. Was it? He was? Okay. Oh my God. Yeah, that's why he couldn't vote. That's why he pushed to get Caitlyn's vote, right? Out of curiosity, what's the biggest mistake you've ever done and how did you move past it? What a loaded big question. The biggest mistake I've ever made. One of the biggest mistakes I ever made, I will actually say this very, very vocally. I cut a family trip short. I was going back to visit my parents in the summer, and I cut it short to come back early because there was this girl I liked, and we were getting back together, and I thought it would be better for me to be back. And then I got back, and within 2 weeks, we started and ended things again. And I regretted not staying with my parents another extra month and a half before I came back to Canada. Because let me tell you, after that, I saw I went back to see my parents one more time in 2014. I haven't seen my dad since. And my mom I see very sporadically. So it's a small thing, but when you're someone like me who ties a lot of things in emotion, I constantly think about the lost time there. You know what I mean? So that's my honest answer. You excited for Gamerhood season 4? Who's on it this year, Jez? Or this season, rather? Riley was fine. Heisem just kind of went for her for no real reason other than he was sad he wasn't picked for the alliance. Oh my God. Adrian did pretty good in the comps last night. I agree. And Swaggy wanted him to change noms, but he low-key threatened to renom Bailey. Right. Swaggy won the first comp, but Tyler won the HOH. Yeah, I remembered that, Peachy, and for some reason, in my head, I was like, wait, was Sam the HOH? And I was like, nah, Sam was the robot. There's no way she was both. Also maybe why I had so many week 1 final 2s? Right. Did I see the video Luka Doncic sent Ludwig? Yes. Yes, I did. Thanks for of course, Grace. Don't know if you've seen, but what do you make of the Amy as the accomplice theory? We watched it on stream earlier, Willem. I think it's the theory with the most evidence backing it right now. As far as is it the true theory, I don't know, but it has the most legs out of anything else. No shot, Jez, that's the people. That's actually I know everybody in that lineup, and I love everybody in that lineup. So I will be watching. I will be watching that. There is now a photo of Big Brother Junkie posted showing that Amy has something in her pocket, not a mic pack. Well, Junkie was here. Oh, yeah. Look at the right skirt pocket. There's something in there, and no, it's not a mic pack. You know, that has legs. It does. Hold up. 1 second. Hold up. Okay. Hold up. Were they not all in the outfits that they did those interviews in? Why is Amy in a different outfit than what she started with? Unless she changed in between before the comp. Because everyone else had the same outfits on, right? Some are, some aren't. It's weird. Okay. All right. I thought I cracked the case, but I didn't. The look of it did feel fake. The beard is next level. Thank you, Zapzip. Why am I unk? I guess I'm 33, but come on now. Relax. Amy was first group 2? Yes, first group makes the most sense to me. Ashley was also in a different outfit. Show me a TikTok where someone thought Will pushed the button to start the timer. Jordan, welcome in. Hear me out. The 17th house guest is Janelle. I won't elaborate. The 17th house guest is already in the house. Of the beard care routine. Now, there's not a lot of beard care routine. Just make sure you wash your face often, and after showering, beard oil it up a little bit, comb it through, and you're good to go. That's it. I really don't do much else. Where is the form? I have too many tabs open once again. What am I live? Okay, hold on. I'll close this, and there we go. Just based off her personality, she seems like a risky pick for the accomplice. Like, she seems messy and a bit absent-minded, which I think they are okay with someone leaving and making 16. Otherwise, they're fine with keeping her as well. You know what I mean? But I don't know. I feel like outside of people doing the most with the detective work, I don't think anyone was looking at Amy anyway, you know? My local ramen place does the hot ones challenge, but ramen if you need ideas for future streams. I've seen people do the spicy ramen and I've seen it ruin them. I don't think I will ever do that on stream. Aside from the fact that it's a lot of slurping and it getting stuck in my beard and it's spicy, brutal. But yeah, I want all 17 to stay, regardless of who the accomplice is. I do not want the accomplice going home. Chemo cosplay when? Who? Oh, you want me to slurp in your ear, Taylor? Say less. I'm going to send you a voice note the next time I eat ramen. How about that? Huh? If that's what you want. How's the weather been, Zapzip? Oh my God. Stop calling me Unk, Zapzip. Dear God. Maybe we need something that Liana likes instead of spicy, a veggie stream or something. See now, but where's the fun in that? Also, the next question in the anonymous form is there an RHAP wrestling podcast? There is a podcast with Matt and Mari, the Wrestling Wrap Up. I believe it moved over to the Recap Kickback podcast feed. If I am correct, I'm not sure. No worries, Zapzip, you're good. I totally got lost in the accomplice talk. Does the accomplice know they're the accomplice? Yes. The accomplice knows because they've been doing stuff prompted from earlier. I look, you thought you were like 22. I appreciate you lying, Zapzip, but thank you. I think the beard ages me significantly. Maybe Janelle's in a hidden room, therefore the house. Oh my God, y'all stop. Janelle's not on the show. Janelle's not on the show. You're correct, but it's very infrequent. Yeah, I think they're on hiatus right now, if I'm not mistaken. What would you name a season of Survivor of only people who are 50 plus? Survivor Legacy. Or Survivor Legends. Not Legends. Survivor Legacy, yeah. Or hear me out. Like, those people sound okay. Golden Survivor is great also. Survivor : well seasoned. How about that? It's tasty. I'm having a bit of a conundrum. I have a pair of Jordans that are super sick and I wore a hole through the bottom. Do you know if there's a way to fix them? I can't find another pair that's the same style and I really don't want to lose them. Thanks. I think there are ways to fix your shoes. You can look it up either if you want to do it yourself. If you look up online, there's people who will show you tutorials of how to do it. Like on YouTube, or I mean, I know there's places you can send to get them like not recovered, restored. Later days. Red Rings. No one knows. I didn't even notice it. Survivor Aged Like Fine Wine is also good, but I think the Island of the Elders is hilarious, Tara. There was a picture with the door handle behind a bookshelf if we were talking secret rooms. No, that door is the that's the diary room, TLF. That's the door to the diary room. Retirement Island. Yeah, so you can go to any shoe store and get it fixed. There you go. How many double evictions do we think we're getting? If 17 stay, 2. If not, 1 maybe. Amy, welcome and hope you're doing well. Hope everything's good with you. Survivor Millennials versus Millennials. Wow. What if it's all returning players that are now 50 plus? Then yeah, you go Survivor Legacy. That's what you do. Opinion on horror movies? I don't watch them often because I scare extremely easy. So I'm avoidant of horror movies personally. Triple eviction revealed with the triplet twist. Oh my god. Imagine there's a triplet twist and there's a triplet in the house and they all go out triple eviction night. That would be a brutal night for that family. A brutal night for that family. Paramount should be watching this stream for show ideas. I don't know about all that. All right, I'm fully caught up with the forum now, chat. We'll be back in here. I feel like there was something in the chat that I was going to talk about, but I forgot now. Yep, it's gone. It's out of my mind now. Ever been to Banff? I have not. How do we get Mandy on the BB production team? I love her ideas. I don't know. Mandy, how would you feel about relocating? All right, Papaya, stop cooking. Papaya, please. Please stop. Oh, man. But yeah, so you can expect this to kind of be how we kick off the pad for the next 2 months. And starting next week when we have feeds, it's going to be even more so like this. I hope Vince doesn't glam out week 1 and nominates the right people. I hope so. I wonder who he's going to be looking to put up. I think Vince would be a dummy if he puts up any of the other 3 people that he played the comp against. So that would be stupid. How did the bingo card turn out? A lot of people played. A lot of people retweeted it, reposted it, and used it. I got a lot of screenshots sent my way. One person did win. Thundercats did get bingo, but I think no one else got one. It was tough. I had a very unfortunate spot. So I couldn't really win in that situation. Is that another one of your new shirts you got on tonight, Pooya? I got this shirt a couple weeks ago, actually, about a month ago. I got this one. This one was one I thought it would be the type I was looking for. It was not, but I don't mind it. No bingo for us in our household, right? Same. So our fountain of youth. Another good name. Another good name. This is the part of the season where I'm just so excited to see who we end up loving on feeds that we didn't see coming. Yeah, I agree. I would love if we had a form. I mean, I guess you can call that form the stock watch, which actually I can give you spoilers. I'll give you an exclusive chat between me and you, secret, okay? I am going to be the first guest on the stock watch on the round table this season. Digital NDA. Any name for the ducky yet? Nope. Ducky's still just ducking in the corner. Look at that. Thank you, Pixie. Appreciate it. Our episode with personalities the interviews did not represent accurately. Tell me more, D3. Tell me more. Who wasn't accurate for you? Was your Insta account private? My Insta's private because I felt like it is the one social platform I'm on that I like to curate who gets access. Even though I don't really post in there often. So, but most people, if you're part of my community, you've been given access unless I have not recognized your name or something. Or I've just not gotten through my request yet. Because, let me see. Can I share this with you? It's loading. I couldn't stand Adrian and Amy in the interviews, but I kind of appreciate them on the show. I think Adrian was just doing too much, and Amy, I feel like, is more personality than the interview showed. Yeah, so for reference, this is what my requests look like for Instagram right now. Oh, there's more. I had to hit, yeah. Okay, what's the number on this? Okay, yeah. Follow requests, someone's username plus 839 others. So, yeah. It's just a little bit backed up. You don't want one of those situations where someone does a fake profile pretending to be you? Never. No. I want to grind for that 99 VVD. Oh my God. Taylor, I have not logged into FIFA since, I think it was right after Tots for Premier League. I've not logged back in. And honestly, I've been okay with it. I fell off hard and I was like, it's fine. Good to have boundaries somewhere. Little baby boundaries, you know? That looks like my Facebook friends request over the years. I call it Facebook Purgatory. My Facebook also has Purgatory. So yeah. But yeah, I was gonna say, you know, might as well call it the round table, but I was gonna say I would love to see what people's thoughts are now on the house guests. Like if people would rank the house guests 1 through 16 now, and then see how they rank them after like once the feeds open up. Like now when we have literally nothing but 40 minutes or 60 minutes of content on them. I'd be very curious for those numbers. New question in the forum says, isn't Instagram essential and vital for content creators to grow? Why not make a new account for content? You're not wrong. Instagram and TikTok are crucial for growth. Short form is where it's at for growth. I'm trying to get in the mindset of becoming that person where I'm doing my long form here and then I'm doing the growing on other platforms as well to bring people back here. But I've just not been doing that. Until I get my feet under me and do that, it's fine. In the event that I could switch up. Can we have marbles tonight? Oh, I'm not sure. We'll see. We'll see. Papaya, what year are you in? What is your opinion about the media industry getting slowly taken over by AI? I hate it. I feel like the most dangerous thing I'm seeing is people slowly but surely replacing their Googling and their research independently by just putting everything into an AI generator and getting whatever that says and letting that dictate what they do. I think that's a mistake. And I think that I don't love it, but also I do not feel like it's going to take over. I think human made content is still so much more superior. So people were saying that the Survivor 49 beach photo was AI, which is nuts if it is. Like, how easy is that for you to just put together yourselves without shoving into an AI generator to get out? But no, easy. We'll see. I'm not 100% sure if I'm up for it, but Subbar is where the Chappelle and Mom Wars are right now. Yes, and you know who's out of the war? Me. Have I pre-ordered Taryn's book to support? I'm actually getting a copy of Taryn's book. He said he would hook it up, so I do appreciate that. Thank you, Archer. Thank you for the compliment on the beard. So I will be getting that for sure. But I'm very proud of him. Very proud of Taryn. 400 some pages on any topic is not easy to do. And then for a topic that you probably know over 3,000 pages, to put it all into 400 pages, like, kudos. When am I writing a book? Never. I could never do that. I could never write a book. I think truly me writing like 3 pages is a struggle for me. You're doing the audiobook? Imagine, Taryn, hire me. I got you. How did you grow that? Like this. I slept, I woke up, I started forming, I kept thinking positive thoughts, and I kept forming. 3 pages can be a book. I guess I could do a 3-page book. Yes. But it wouldn't be a good book, mind you. What is the hardest and easiest part of being with Liana? Oh, the easiest part of being with Liana is, and you only really notice these things when you are apart. It's easy living being with Liana. And what I mean by that is I don't think about myself that much. I don't feel, because you're in a safe space. I feel safe. I feel secure. I don't feel judged. I don't feel like I have to put on an act. I don't feel like I have to like be a certain version of me. I'm just me. And that's a very freeing experience, a very freeing thing to be able to do around somebody. So I'm very grateful for that. Now, the hardest part of being with Liana is the worry for me that I'm not doing or keeping up. And what I mean by that is the last thing I want to do in the world is let Liana down. And sometimes I feel like I do. And that is the hardest part. I don't like doing that. The only bad part I can say is that as AI gets better, it could start making whole seasons in a month, but I'll still end up hating it because AI can never write truly. Yeah, no, it would. AI could push out like slop 100 times faster than a human, but you'll just, you know, the law of diminishing returns is a real thing. You know, the whole candy bar thing of, if you eat, like, if you're craving a Snickers bar and you eat a Snickers bar, you're like, that was sick. I want another Snickers bar. Boom, you get a second Snickers bar. I want a third one. Boom. By the third one, most people are like, nah, man, this ain't tasting good anymore. You don't want that. It's the same thing. That's why I think like Masked Singer should have kept to 1 season. Because Masked Singer keeps shooting out 2 seasons and we just stopped caring. We're like, that's enough. We don't need more. So I think pushing more seasons is not great. Grant, just thank you, Seth. Appreciate it, chat. So is this kind of random? I always wonder about Big Brother Canada. In the triple eviction, how do they determine what place the evicted players get if they both received 0 votes to save? It always seemed random to me. I don't think there was a logic to how they would determine that, Willem. The way I perceive it in my head is like, as fans, you kind of know who was the one they wanted out more and who's the collateral damage, if that makes sense. Like, if they put up, 3 people, because they didn't get, there were votes to save, right? So yeah, I think that's what it would have been, but also, I don't think it's that big of a deal ultimately. Like, if I was evicted in the triple eviction and they're like, okay, well, he's 8th or he's 7th, I'd be like, dude, give me 8th. I don't even care. At that point, it's like, I'm basically in the middle. It doesn't matter. Unless there's more money to be 7th, then I was 7th and I will hear none of it. I think AI is helpful in a way that calculator is helpful tool, but it needs to be kept to that. Yes, I agree, Mandy. I agree. You and I, same page. Another one in the forum. If you could only eat one dessert for the rest of your life, what would it be? Fuck. I'm gonna speak out loud. I'm between a regular cheesecake or a hot brownie. I think I'm gonna go with the hot brownie, you know. Because a hot brownie, and then you got like a glass of milk or something, that could go well. Or brownie with coffee goes incredibly well too. But cheesecake's also really good. But I'm gonna go brownie. And I'm gonna go and love the content I found you complete by accident. Have a good Hey, Zap Zip. I'm happy. It was a happy accident. Thank you for finding me. Hope you enjoy your stay. Appreciate it. Have a good night. Take care. Have you ever been to a Cheesecake Factory? You know, Peachy, I've never been to a Cheesecake Factory. I feel like the menu would overwhelm me. It looks like they got a lot of options and a lot of things on said menu. So I don't know if I could hack it. Hack it. Hot brownie with ice cream? I would be down for that. I love accidents like that, Mandy, where someone just accidentally finds us and then they vibe with it. It's awesome. If you picked Brookie, you'd get half brownie, half cookie. But would that be a cheat answer if I said that? Do you like your brownie from scratch or boxed? I can't find a boxed brownie I like. I'm kind of a snob. I think I would prefer a from scratch, but I do not think I would scoff at a boxed. My palate is not as refined as one may think. This sounds like a palate adventure. Please go to a Cheesecake Factory and give us a menu review. That would be a fun little bit of a trip to do. I'll run it by Liana. Have you done any more looking into the strangers with dinner with strangers thing? I talked about it with Liana, and she was very supportive of the idea. I think I'm gonna run it. I think I'm gonna try it, chat. I'm gonna have dinner with 4 strangers and see how that goes for me. Be a fun way to practice the old social game. Being Arab and Asian, we usually take care of our parents and our elderly family members as they get older. Have you and your sister thought about or made plans of taking care of your parents in the future? I'll be very earnest and say that as much as I don't want to answer this question, I'll tell you, no, I have not made any plans. As of yet. Will those plans come? Who knows? Potentially. But yeah, it is a very difficult topic, especially, you know, like you said, being Arab and Asian. This is something that's very much rich in our culture. I still think you should both go to the same one and pretend you don't know each other. I don't think we do a good job. I'd literally never do that, but I'm excited to hear about it. Mandy, why? Let's both do it the same night, and then we come back and we swap stories about it. How about that? For those of you who don't know, a couple of weeks ago, a app was brought to my attention. I don't remember what it was called, but the basis of the app is respectfully respect it. Where it's an app where you put in, like, you take like a little personality quiz, you like put your interest in or whatever, and then it puts together you and 4 other random people together for a dinner, for a hangout. And then you get to hang out with 5 people that you don't know, but they're like matched to you. Yeah, there's time left. Is that the one? Yeah, that is the one. I have bookmarked it, so that is the one. Yes. So yeah. Oh, you meet 5 strangers, so it's a dinner for 6. Oh, it's every Wednesday? Chat, I can't do that. I'm busy on Wednesdays. On Wednesdays, we watch Big Brother. Oh, God. I'll go once. They talked about us on News F. I think it'll be a fun experiment to try and talk about on the PAL or on the pad, either or. Isn't BB Tuesday, Thursday, Sunday? Is it No. Is it not Wednesdays? Am I messing this up already, chat? Wednesday, Thursday, Sunday. Okay. I'd be worried about going and 2 of them talking to each other and being left out. I mean, I don't have to stay if I don't vibe, right? If I sit down and it's like, nah, this shit awkward, I can just be like, all right, this was nice, I gotta go, and just leave. They'll never see me again, right? Maybe. Who is your dream interview guest? If I'm reaching for the stars, Childish Gambino, aka Donald Glover. I'd be worried about going. I just read that. I'm sorry, Seth. Near the end of the season, I think they switched to third. Okay, near the end of the season. Okay. Time left is fun. I did one and it was fun. There were 6 of us. They try to fill it with 6. There we go. And D's, was it a positive experience? Just telling me I have to watch live feeds. Yeah, that'll make the conversation go down a lot smoother. Like, sorry, I got live feeds to attend to, so I'm gonna leave now. I have to go. I have to go now. Here's the bill. I am out. I had a positive experience after a few of us went for drinks too, but no major friendships yet. Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I think it'd be a fun way for me to like meet a couple of new people and then see what the vibe was, you know? I think again, at the very least, it's a fun little story for later. Who is the better movie duo, Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly, or Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson, and why? Okay, I can think of Step Brothers immediately, and that's an elite combo. Is Ben Stiller and Owen Wilson Zoolander? And Meet the Fockers? Were they really both in Meet the Fockers? Oh, I've watched Starsky and Hutch. That movie was not good. The Real Tenenbaums, not seen it. I don't think I've seen a lot of movies with the two of them in it. Not at the museum. I do not remember which character Owen Wilson was. So I'm going to go ahead and say Will Ferrell, John C. Reilly. I've not watched Zoolander. Do you have any plans on watching Superman? Honestly, Peachy, I don't have any plans on it. Unless people tell me they recommend it and then I might check it out, but I have no interest otherwise. John C. Reilly was just at the Tigers game on Wednesday, throwing out the first pitch and then singing Happy Birthday to Jack White. Oh, last concert I went to was shit. Okay, you know what? I think I remember. It was 2013. No, it wasn't 2013. It wasn't 2013. It was it Blues Fest? 2015 lineup? Yeah, it was 2015, actually. Has it really been 10 years since I've been to a concert? Or no, I took Liana for her birthday last year to a concert. Whose concert was it? What was that guy's name? Hold on. Yeah, it was Bryce Vine. I took her to a Bryce Vine concert last year. Before that, I went to Blues Fest in Ottawa in 2015, and I saw Run the Jewels perform. I saw Nas perform. I saw Iggy Azalea perform. And I saw the worst headline of my life with Kanye headlining. Was it night 1 or night 2? And it was horrible. So, yeah. Red Wing sent a link. Let's see what this link is. Choose your ex-Mormon from Utah and Filipino lover of Christ. And it's a picture of Zay, Kyle from BB24, Zach from this season, and Matt from last season. Aaron, welcome in. Why was it so bad? He did not sound good live. He definitely had an ego. Like he wanted you to give a specific reaction. And also he kept switching songs every like 30 seconds. Oh yeah, they did Talladega Nights. I've not watched Talladega Nights, I will say. So that's on me. Are you getting any vibe from Rob since he got back? Like any clues on how he did, positive, negative? Only thing I've gotten from Rob is that he's been good energy the whole time, which is either he like did well and it's good, or between him being on the show and then him coming back to the pod, he had a good time and he's like gotten himself into a good mood kind of thing. First concert I went to, I'll never forget it. It was Dubai. It was the Dubai Desert Rock Festival 2008, and I went for day 2 of the was it day 2? It was day 2 of 2008. Where's that? Yes. I saw Marky Ramone perform, Velvet Revolver perform, and Muse headlined. Muse was an amazing artist to watch live. I went to that day of Desert Rock. I'm getting good vibes. Good vibes on what? Did you hear your shout out on the patron Q&A today? I listened to the patron Q&A. It was very nice. A lot of people were very nice, and I appreciated that. But yeah, I did check out the Q&A today. My first concert was Warped Tour. Yeah, I feel like your first concert being one that has a bunch of people performing is a good time. Like a bunch of artists is a good time. What's your favorite horror movie in 2025 so far? When I tell you I've watched none of them, so I don't really have one. Is that a fair answer? I have 0. The answer is 0. Why would anyone in 2025 mention that they're looking forward for Drake's album to drop? Wasn't he canceled? I do not think he is canceled. I think that there is definitely more negative opinion towards Drake than there was like 2 years ago. But I do not think he's quote unquote canceled. I also don't think Mickey said she was excited for his album to drop. If I remember reading that article, that interview correctly, she was like, I wonder if he's put out he's put out an album while I've been sequestered, which, you know, we've talked about. Could it be to shade him? Could it be hate? Could it just be pop culture? Could it just be fandom? It could still be fandom. That's true. But no, he's not canceled. Like, I don't think he is at that point where, like, if someone said they like listening to R. Kelly or like Diddy or even the aforementioned Kanye, that is way more of a why, what in the world are you doing? I think Drake is still not seen that way for a lot of people. We'll have to hope she wins Asia so we can see what her music choice is. That's true. That's when we can really judge. Yeah, in public opinion, he's not canceled. He's just extremely owned. Right. He's an L. Oh my God, Peachy. I couldn't believe he did that. He cracked that impression at that moment. Rob is wild. Oh, is that the TikTok question? Are you voting for the winner of Love Island USA? I don't have the app on my phone, but I would. But I don't know who I'd vote for. So, without any spoilers, 'cause I know some people haven't watched yet. You see, you brought out Lauryn Hill today at some performance. Who? Drake? I did not see that. When's the last time you shaved your beard completely? I can tell you exactly when it was. It was May 2nd, 2015. That is the last time I completely shaved my beard. My face has had hair on it since 2015. 10 years. Over 10 years now. To some degree. Obviously, sometimes thinner than others. Sometimes this part has been empty. Sometimes this part has been empty. But the whole thing off, not since 2015. There'd be some side-eye things he's done that makes people also dislike him, but he's not... Right, exactly, Jinx. Exactly. But yeah. I don't know if I ever will shave my beard entirely. Would you shave your beard if you lost the draft? The only way I shave my beard is if, like, I did like a subathon or something and I put it as like one of my more outrageous sub goals. Otherwise, I wouldn't do it. How about a handlebar and mutton chops? Same vibe. I would not do either of those things unless like it was a situation where I'm putting it as a lofty goal that would have to be reached for me to do it. Otherwise, I would not do it. Because ultimately, for me, I don't want to do that. Let's do a subathon. You can put it as a lofty goal. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. What if Liana asked you? I would maybe consider it for Liana. But even then, I think I'd be able to talk her out of it. So, yeah, like right now, our drafts do not come with punishments like that. So why would I punish myself? You know what I mean? That would feel like a self-imposed punish. You could definitely rock the mutton chops and handlebar. I respectfully do not think so. Jez, I don't know what this is, but I choose to decline this question. Shave your beard or 100 nuggets? 100 nuggets. Who drafted Amy? Me. I was going to draft Mystery House Guest with the last pick, and then Rob sniped the Mystery House Guest right before me, and I was left with the options of Amy or Zay, and I picked Amy. Well, this song is fucking tunes. I like it. I'm going to save it. What draft team do you feel the best about after the premiere? Hold on. Let me pull up a picture of the draft because I know that's somewhere. I think I see it in the RHAP Discord. There we go. Okay, so behind the chat is Zay and Riley over here. Then I've got Vince, Mickey, Amy, Keanu, Catherine, Mystery House Guest. Okay, Rob's winning right now. Actually, I don't know. Keanu, I'm unsure about right now, especially with the thing with Zay. We'll see. Zach, Ava, and Will. No. Morgan, Jimmy, and Adrian. No, I feel like they're not. I don't know. Ashley, Lauren, Kelly. Ashley, Lauren, Kelly. Trying to remember everybody. Taryn's team is looking decent for now off episode 1. I still think my team is looking good also. Vince had a couple moments where people were like, I haven't talked to him, so I hope he doesn't win. But I'm also like, but what's the alternative now? You're going to be mad that Vince won and target him? No, you're going to like get the time to talk to him. So I may put mine second. Got sick a little in my mouth. Why? What happened? And then Zach Ava Will. I'm sorry. I still feel 100% on Zach being overrated. I did not think Zach was going to do well on this show. Like, I think Zach will fizzle out quick. The Riley erasure. Did I say? Yeah, I was not picking Riley. There was no shot. A few years ago, I got doxed by my husband, who always has a beard, decided to shave it to be incognito. It was weird. Oh my God, Kat, that's brutal. What is the Ava Max song you listened to? Oh, it was the fuck. What is that song called? Is it My Oh My or something? I also want Lauren to do well. I agree. I really liked what I saw from Lauren in episode 1. When you guys were talking about who'd be good at Big Brother from the podcast, you didn't give your take on Shannon. In what regard? Shannon doing well on Big Brother? I do not think Shannon would do well on Big Brother. I think Shannon would self-evict after 3 weeks. I don't think she would want to be in that house. The playing field seems to be pretty even. Like, I feel like everyone has a shot. That's how I feel. Also, Gotti, you said, should I spend my time watching BB this season? I missed the last 2 seasons. Honestly, Gotti, this is the best looking house we've had so far. Oh my God, I'm dead. I just realized this says Sakaman and Aman on it. That's hilarious. This house is the best looking house we've had ever. And the cast looks promising. And Rachel's there. And I think it's going to be fun. It's got secrets and shit. I think it's a good shout. Who would have been your first pick overall? I wanted Morgan. I wanted Morgan. That's what I wanted. How do I feel about it after the premiere? I don't know if I would have gone Morgan necessarily, but that's how I would have felt. I can't remember they casted a Jesus-loving half Filipino guy from Georgia twice in a row. That's the thing. And I drafted Matt last year, so I was extra like, I don't want this guy. And now he's got a 10K target on his back. Exactly. I don't hear tunes. They're very low volume. If you want, I could do this. But then it's going to be like loud and over me also. You know what I mean? I've been feeling this premiere episode layout feed start this season is kind of rough. They tried to give us mystery, but we actually have 2 episodes back-to-back days. I'm like, yeah, I'm interested, but with no feeds, I really don't care. Yeah, I wish there was just like, I think feeds again is what we want because we get more. Did I ever watch her play Yu-Gi-Oh? I did not. Since Rachel isn't the mystery house guest, we should get her, and Rob should get the actual mystery guest. No, because at best, Rob gets house guest 17. I draft Rachel right after. Then you get left with Amy. But yeah. Yeah, if the mystery house guest ends up being Amy, am I able to then argue to Rob that he needs to switch with me? That'd be funny. You don't have the heart of the cards. How sad. Yeah, no, I touched grass when I was younger. Just kittens, just kittens. We have Zay. Yeah, y'all are not in a good spot. You have Zay and Riley. Personally, would hate that. You think 17 house gets the grenade? Well, do we know why the fees don't start right away? Because they want us to like have this, ooh, who's the accomplice? Which honestly doesn't matter to me. Not a big deal to me. The mod should draft for us? What? What do you mean? Oh my god. Why was that so much louder? Oh, I know why. Because I gotta lower that. Nope, that's not why. Why the fuck are you being so loud for? Where's the volume tab up in here? Well, I can't find it, so that's good. I think feeds with accomplice would be even more fun. I mean, I don't disagree because they're not telling us who it is, so we would spend all that time trying to figure it out, and they could still cut feeds around it anyway. Like we would have been fine. Like I wouldn't have given a shit if they kept cutting feeds if it was for that. I would have complained, not to, don't get it twisted. I would have complained, but also I don't see why not. Why can't we just have it? So yeah. I don't know. I don't know, chat. I'm sick of a 2-night premiere. Fuck a 2-night premiere. Why are we having a 2-night premiere? We do not need a 2-night premiere. How do you feel about United not being able to sell anyone? Listen, am I here to be sad today? Is that what we're doing? We're gonna talk Manchester United shit right now. I don't got enough things to be upset about. Gotta bring Manchester into this. Come on, please, please. What do we want Pooya to eat at the state fair? That you do not get to decide what I eat at the state fair. That is for me to decide. I said, would you eat first? Even then, should you get to decide this? No. It's on me to decide. Tune-up premieres only makes sense if it's back-to-back. I agree. I wonder how late in the process CBS gave them Thursday, Sunday instead of Wednesday, Thursday. No clue. On the off chance the comments gets banished, don't the feeds have to be off? It depends when the vote is for the accomplice. Did we get that? Did they end up telling us? Peach cobbler. See, that's exactly why you don't get a vote, Liv. Cheese curds, Oreos. Okay, sure. Corn dog. Sure. Yeah, man. What is best fried food at a state fair? I don't know, but Liana loves the funnel cake, so I'll say funnel cake. I'd rather a 2-night premiere than wait for feeds versus a night 1 premiere than wait for feeds. Yes. I co-sign. I co-sign heavily, chat. I mean, the best advice for the Manchester saver is buy one thing and share it with Liana so you can space out the food. 100%. There's so many things to eat and it's hard to get them all. Yeah, given that we waited in line for an hour last week for funnel cake, I think that's exactly what we will be doing. That is exactly what we will be doing. Get your Sweet Martha's cookie bucket on your way out. What in the world is that? Pizza, cheese curd, tacos, pepperoni sausage, and pizza flavored fried cheese curds in a crispy flour shell topped with. Oh my god, this sounds intense. We always get around to food. Khalida, it doesn't matter what topic we're on, it always comes back to the food. It's all about that food at the end of the day. Or at least that's how it feels. What happened in the draft with the K-Babes? That's kind of gone by the wayside, May. I think the fact that we get the cast super late now, there's literally no time to do that draft before the premiere. And like obviously we've done it before where we've done it a little bit later, but I've just not been able to get around to making that happen again. Fair food is so expensive. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. The wallet takes a hit on fair food. I guess I never really thought of something. So a lot of different cheeses making the curds, which are better, cheddar or mozzarella, or something else. I have no idea. There's the classic giant turkey leg. I don't know about that. I don't know about that being for me. Am I okay? Yes, I am okay. I just fucked up my music somehow. It's like super low volume, and I don't know what I did to cause that. Yeah, now I have to like put it here. I don't know. I did something wrong. All right, that's fine. That's fine. Right. All right. I'm not thinking about anything, chat. You're good. You're good. You're good. What would be your pick for a song by a BB alum? Dear Lord, how many songs do BB alum even have? All right. Next question from the forum is, what music size snacks would be your request for your HOH basket? A Childish Gambino album for sure. I just have to decide which one. Or a Kid Cudi album. One of those two's album. Snacks, I would want fuck, I want to say like a Flamin' Hot Cheetos, but I don't want to deal with the residue finger, so fuck that. I would get salt and vinegar chips. Lock that in. Peanut butter pretzels would be a sick option also. Some kind of a chocolatey treat, maybe a Snickers bar or two, or a Payday. I would take a Payday. Or give me charcuterie shit. Give me charcuteries. Give me charcuterie accoutrement, because that is the way into many house kids' hearts and my heart. So it's a win-win. And tequila. And a Red Bull. I don't know if they allow Red Bull. If they do, I'll take a Red Bull. Get some chopsticks to go with your filming hot stuff. I could do that, but you know. All right, Angela. Hey, and listen, it will bring people around. Can be adjacent if so it's altered by Lindsay Lohan, daughter of Dina. Adjacent can't count, right? Can you make a guess at each HOH's music request? Ooh, that's a fun activity, May. The problem is I don't know music like that. Sincerely, I do not know music like that to be able to do that. Don't you be stealing someone else's charcuterie? No. But I hit you with the immediate no. Put your crown on the floor because they ate his stuff. No. I wouldn't feel any type of way if they ate my stuff. I would just be like, they owe me, and I hope they know they owe me because I'm going to collect. What's Riley's music selection? A genre that I have no idea about, potentially. I don't know. I don't think Riley and I listen to any music similarly to each other. But again, could be very wrong. Have you and Liana done the Enneagram test? Could be a fun podcast. We have. I am a 2. Liana is a 3 in the Enneagram realm. How do you make the perfect tropical beverage? I have access to all fruit and alcohol. I don't know, but I'll say this much. Peach, pineapples, and mango. Mix those 3 up and you cannot go wrong. And put in a bit of alcohol. An alcohol that won't take over that flavor, overpower the taste, you know? Right? Doesn't give British rap fan. Well, I'm more than just British rap, Scally. You know this. You're listening to not British rap right now. But he does not give British rap fan, that's for sure. I tease. Of course you do, Scally. How you been, Scally? How you been? What if you're allergic to peach, pineapple, and mango? Then I can't help you. Is there music? Faintly. Not very loud for y'all, but it's there in the background somewhere. I could make it louder, but then it's just going to be getting in your way. Yeah, I could do this. And then it's going to be over my audio, potentially. Or just too loud. Good, just recorded the penultimate episode besides, I guess, a potential reunion. Gotcha. Scally, was I the only guest this season? Did I end up becoming the... Oh, man. I'm so special. This is better? Okay, Mandy. I can leave it on this if this is good. Hey, thanks for the invite. Thank you for the invite. Polly, thank you for the primes. Appreciate you. Welcome back from one number 47. Thank you for the support. It's been a minute since we've had Scally in the chat, for sure. But he's been a busy man. The Love Island's taking over his Fridays. Someone else for your same episode, I found out when we asked them to come on another, and it never worked out. So, oh, snap. Oh, that's unlucky. Unlucky. I apologize to that person. Any plans to play Clock Tower soon? I'll catch you tomorrow in the Clock Tower ends at 2 p.m. Eastern. How about that? You've convinced me. I'll see you there tomorrow at 2 p.m. And before anyone asks, no, Liana will not be there. She's out of town. But I will be there. Rolling AK with the 28 months. Thanks so much, AK. Hope you're doing well. Welcome back in, AK. Nice to see you in here. Welcome, welcome. Polly and AK, thank you both. Do we know when Traders Canada is coming back? Both seasons have been fire. I would assume September, October is when we'll get it back. Like it has been the last couple of years, I think. That would be my assumption. But we do not know when it's coming back. We know a third season is happening. We just don't know. We don't have any information yet. Oh, a Love Island question. Thoughts on Nicole Andrea? Listen, if they're truly about each other, I'm happy for them. I just feel like Nick moves suspiciously always, so I don't trust anything Nick says. I hope they don't win the season, but at this point, they might win the season, and that might be the better move anyway. So that's my thoughts. This ending, Love Island ending has been a bit of a whimper. I'm not going to lie to you. For what has been a very fun season. I want Pooya in a whale, but what the fuck is that? Let me look this up. Oh, that's a fucking blood on the clock tower thing? I did not watch tonight's Scally, but I did see the results. Yes. AZ, thank you for the 5 gifted. Appreciate you. Welcome in Rayleigh, Boyku, Devin, Brinley, and 306SK. Thank you so much for the gifted subs. Appreciate it. I'm putting the clip art game that Dwight played that one time. What does that mean, Mandy? What does that mean, though? I think Nick is playing, and so has feelings for Sierra, not knowing the shit she's facing out here. I just think Nick is full of it. The fact that Nick stuck around, he's like, actually, now we can explore. I'm like, yeah, you ain't shit. Get out. Get out of my face. It was a custom game where the roles were just silly. It was so fun. I like silly. That sounds like a bit of me. I'm talking to this really cool chick and been on a couple dates, but she just went to Turkey before I was able to make things official. Can you give me a good line to hit her with when she comes back? I need help with Riz. I don't think I can give you a line that can help you, my friend. When she comes back, just say, I'm excited to hang out. Let's hang out. And then be like, it's great to see you. It was different without you around here. That's the move. I don't think there is hit her with the Turkish delight. I mean, that's the move if you want to do that. If we have Bell and Cock Tower crew here, they can better explain, but I just watched it. It was fun. Nick is a player, but a cute player? Right. If only you knew the TikToks I get about Love Island. Oh my God. Responding, that is not the Riz you think it is. We're looking at the same moon. Exactly. Like, yeah, I was looking at the moon and it gave me solace knowing that you were also looking at that same moon. Whale Bucket is every role available, if that was the question. Oh, shit, I see. I see. Can you please name an instance for each person in the chat when they frustrated you? I mean, each person in the chat, I do not. But I can tell you this much. How about I'll tell you one from the chat and one from my mods. Okay, so for my mods, I'm picking Liv. Liv frustrates me because Liv will get all the information out of me and then will not share information back. Liv will farm me for information and then just disconnect the call. So that's frustrating. A time that Scally has frustrated me. He stopped hanging out with me as much. He got very busy and has other friends that aren't me. So that makes me sad. And then toxically, I think about when trader season comes around, should I pretend I don't know him a little bit just to get back at him? But then I'm like, that's just petty because you're going to do the podcast with him anyway. That's who you want to podcast with. So it's petty. You just be doing it out of pettiness. So I was like, okay, I won't do that then. But yeah, let's say hang out one night next week. I like that, Scally. How about Tuesday at like 8 p.m. Eastern? How about that? How about that? Tuesday at 8? All right, lock it in, chat. Tuesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern. Tune in to Scally's Twitch stream and my Twitch stream. Twitch.tv/bscally or twitch.tv/Pooya for a very fun stream on Tuesday night. Okay? Go ahead. Lock it in. Have you thought about writing a book about the Traders of 90 Day? 90 Day, no. Traders, if we get more seasons under our belt and I feel the same way I do about it now, I could consider that. I could. What'd be fun about it? Respawning, have you met us? Do you know what kind of shenanigans we can get up to? Also, I have a guy on the inside now in the form of Rob C. So once this season is done, I can ask him for a lot of information. Under the Cloak. Is that the title of the book? Canna Biscuits, thank you for the 100 bits. Appreciate it. Scally Tuesdays. But yeah, pull up 8 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday. We will be streaming. I'm getting a male Yorkie puppy next week. I put down my 16 and 17-year-old Yorkies around Christmas time last year. I'm sorry to hear. Yeah, you mentioned it here on the forum at that time. You're ready to get a puppy. You're trying to decide on a name though. I like people's names typically for my pets. I was thinking of some Big Brother players with names that would be cute for a dog. I've only come up with Howie and Kaser. Have any suggestions? Oh yeah, I have another Yorkie named Kiki and a cat named Phoebe. Phoebe for a cat name is phenomenal. Okay, so Kaser I like. You know that's an automatic one for me. Peter's a cute little dog name. No, they're looking for Big Brother names that could be cute for a dog. I mean, if you want to go Big Brother Canada as well, Mackie's not a bad name for the dog. What else, chat? Rachel Ruffly, Andy Ruffy. It feels weird to not have fees right now. Okay, I know, but listen. From Sunday on, we'll never have to feel this way again. 2 more sleeps and we'll never have to feel this way again. How about Janky? What about Janky for a dog? Buki is so funny. Bark Jensen. Oh, if that dog cries a lot too, there you go. Brent Champagne would be a fire dog name. Pooch is right there, but I wouldn't recommend naming the dog Pooch. Don't do that to the little thing. But yeah. I once saw Jimmy Kibble for a dog's name and it cracked me up. Is the 1950s question mark calling women chicks in 2025? Are you referring to the person who asked for advice earlier and said that, what did they say exactly? They said they're talking to this really cool chick. I do love saying, is it the 50s? Because I feel like chicks was actively a phrase that was used a lot in like the late 90s, early 2000s as well. Not really used nowadays. I agree with you there. Next dog I get, I'm gonna name Balto. What does that mean? Am I missing something here? My dog has a dog named Trixie Hobbitses. Julie Chen, that is a classy dog right there. Julie Chen Dogvez is just ridiculous. I'm sorry. It's just a nice name. Gotcha. Peter Brown gets cast on Traders Canada. Are you going to dread covering the season? Or are you going to be hypercritical of him? I will treat him the way I would treat every person on these shows, fairly until they give me a reason to critique them or praise them. And I will just actively, in my heart, root for his downfall. Not in a hateful way. I just don't like him. I don't hate the guy. I just don't like him. Also, Matt, thank you so much for the gifted sub to the one and only AB Scally, who now has a less than 2 badge next to his name and access to all the emotes. Scally, drop a Rob emote one time, please. Cornbread. Cornbread is a great... Cornbread is more of a cat name, though, no? Enzo's a great dog name for sure. Yeah, Scally. Yeah, I was like, listen, he's my co-host for the Traders. I can use his likeness. Also, he doesn't stream, so it's allowed. Polycalifuri. All right, next question in the forum is, will you be streaming Sunday night 1 feeds? Like I said, I'm currently uncertain. One of two things will happen. Either I will be joining Terran's stream offline and I'll be with him there at night, or I will be live and we will be collaborating and merging the streams. We discussed doing that on after the draft. So one of those two things will happen. But one thing's for sure, I will be here on Twitch. I'll be here on Twitch. I will be live posting and tweeting my little heart out, watching the feeds to figure out who is what and what's going on. It's my favorite night of feeds ever. Is night 1 of feeds. A friend had a Whippet breed dog whose name was Devo. I like Devo for a dog name too. Cornbread and I aren't related. Name a cornbread every time it goes outside. Just picture it saying "fuck y'all." Dogger Will. All right, I'm caught up with the forum. Lovely. All right. Chat, I'm going to call last call on the questions. I'm going to call earlier night tonight for 2 reasons. Number 1, I'm feeling a little stuffy, and that's not a good sign, usually. I'm feeling a little congestion. 2, I've not been sleeping well at all, so I might get an earlier night in tonight, potentially. But also that could be incorrect, but we'll see. Dr. Will Kirby. This is me being old. Devo is a band name from the 80s. Their famous song was Whip It. I know who that is because Ben Wyatt, aka Adam Scott, makes a joke about them on Parks and Rec. Last Saturday night for 3 months. Very true, Taylor. Realistically, we're going to be glued here next week talking about this show, this wacky little show of ours, and watching feeds side by side. Tonight, tomorrow, they're the last 2 sleeps for real, for real. Sleep in last time you can for at least several weeks. Right. And also, I just want to say, people switched up. They said, you know, Pooya's gone. It's all Sock Amon now. And I'm very happy about that. The one thing I am annoyed about, though, is that Amon showed up to the draft. This is the second draft, I believe, that Amon has either showed up late or had tech issues. No one gives him shit for that. I missed 1 live feed update and I still see goddamn every time a podcast is late 10 minutes. Every time. 10 minutes. All I see is, well, I guess Pooya slept in. I guess Pooya's not here. Pooya, where's Pooya? Is Pooya going to be there? Is Pooya oversleeping again? Is Pooya busy at the party? And it's like, why? Why is that still on me? Why? What'd I do? Why me? Why always me? Do I do my story joke tomorrow or next Saturday? Next Saturday, because people are gonna be, there's gonna be more eyes on it. Taylor, that would be my recommendation. I drafted Morgan. Do we think she's the saboteur or whatever? Morgan is like second on a lot of people's lists. AK, some people it's first, but even if she is the accomplice, it does not matter. As long as she doesn't get voted out, you're fine. Jared, because he was a dog on the show. I see a lot of Ambien during BB season. Who needs sleep? You contribute to those comments. Wow, respawning. How dare you do this to me? You gave yourself too high of a bar. Oh man, I'm burned by my own fucking punctuality and efforts. I was tempted to call Amon out on Twitch, but yeah, Amon is always late. Yeah, I think that's the problem. I need to have a more, if I'm like not around a little more often, maybe people will be like, nah, he's just not around. Maybe, perhaps, potentially, who knows? Darren said Amon was on the call the whole time. Chappelle was on the call the whole time, ready to do the honors, but Amon was running behind a little. Some people weren't nice about Amon being late in the YouTube chat, but I think when it's you, maybe you hear it more because of streaming. I think it's entirely possible, Mandy. But also, to be clear, I don't want people shitting on Amon either, because he had a valid reason to not be there on time. What if we name the dog Shout Out? What if we name the dog Crib? Shout out to my dog. That's Crib. The Crib. No? Yeah, I didn't think so. Not the crew does it here. No, the crew knows what's up. I mean, Sakaman was on the call the whole time. Like, coast to coast, top to bottom. Yeah, name the dog Crib. Come here, Crib. Right? That works. That could be a shout. All right, chat. So, just a reminder, 2 streams coming your way relatively soon. Maybe 3. You might have 2 streams on Sunday. The one you're guaranteed to get is the 5 p.m. Eastern. Amongst Goose is back. Goose Stuck at 5 p.m. Eastern. And then I'll either be live for feeds that night, or if I'm not, I'll be in Terran's stream for that, which also we can hang out there either way. But you'll know by Sunday whether I'm going live or not. So, stay tuned for that. And then Tuesday, myself and Scally and a couple other friends will be live at 8 p.m. Eastern on Tuesday for a stream as well. So make sure you check those out as well. And also check out the PAL before the feeds go on. Get Liana's first impressions of the cast if you haven't yet. It was very funny to see how Liana is describing these people and talking about them. Liana, sometimes I'm like, I cannot believe what I'm hearing from her. So we had a dog named Donut growing up because we found that outside a donut shop. My mom was worried about it because if we ever lost a dog, she didn't want people seeing a fat lady walking around yelling donut. Looking forward to all the content that was. Of course. Thank you. The cast impressions pod was so fun. Thank you, Mandy. Her names for them was great. This is how she remembers most people on most shows. And like, we'll be watching Love Island and these are the nicknames she has for people. And I have to like ad lib. Actually, there goes Crotchety. And I'm like, yeah, Austin. Then eventually she's like, that's Austin, They will always be Biff. I was just, anyone who wants to listen audio only, just listen to at least part of it that way because it was very fun to guess the format. Yeah, you can play along that way. And see how many you get correct of what she's in. Because I didn't put them in order of alphabetical. I very quickly realized that's a huge mistake and I shouldn't do that. So I fixed it. Do you know what she called you before you got together? She called me by my name because I have a very memorable name and face and voice and personality. And I won her over immediately. Contrary to what anybody else is going to tell you, chat. All right. Y'all take care. Have a good night. I'll see you back here in about 2 days. Enjoy your Oh, and tomorrow, W Glaze. Tomorrow, I'll be in Dwight's stream playing Blood on the Clock Tower at 2 p.m. Eastern, okay? So check us out over there. Twitch.tv/doingmore. Y'all take care. Have a good one.